Hello, my fellow Earthlings. Welcome to week 2 of my creative practice. I am really proud of myself because this week there were so many moments where I felt like just not picking up my pencil or my sketch pad and drawing something, but I did it anyway, and I couldn't be prouder of myself for staying committed to what I had told myself that I wanted to do with this practice. But I will get into that a little bit later. First, I want to talk about the colored pencils. So as you can see, because you have eyes, I'm drawing with colored pencils this week. And while that might seem very low profile and innocuous, I'm really excited about it because I am someone who shied away from colored pencils for a really long time, an absurdly long amount of time, because I thought that they were so difficult to blend with. I guess I should say I didn't really understand how colored pencils worked, and because of that, I shied away from them. I didn't understand them, and it didn't occur to me for many years that I could just look on Google and try to understand them a little bit more and how to use them. I'm obviously not the first person to use colored pencils on this planet, and there are many people who have had good results with them. So this time I decided to just face that. I want to call it a fear, honestly, and I'll get back into this a little bit later too, but I decided to just face my fear of the unknown when it came to colored pencils. I looked up an awesome tutorial on it by, I'm forgetting her name now. I know her name is Gemma Chambers Art. I believe that's what her name is. I will link her video in the corner. But she did an amazing tutorial on layering colored pencils, and that's what I tried to focus on this week. And because I did that, I enjoy coloring with colored pencils now. I really like how I can make layers and just keep adding slowly to my pictures, and I like the payoff. Although the colored pencils that I use are pretty cheap, they're not very pigmented, that's okay. I still liked what I was able to create with them, especially for the banana. As you'll see, this is actually my second. I'm trying to decide if it's my favorite or my second favorite picture this week. It's really hard. It's between this one and the avocado, which you will see next, but I digress. I want to go back to what I was saying about the fear of the unknown. And the point that I want to make with that is, with creativity, I'm learning that there is so much vulnerability and so much openness to the unknown, including and especially within yourself, that you need to be open to exploring. And color pencils for me was just the start. It feels really empowering to be able to say, well, you know what? I didn't know how to use this before. I was a little bit intimidated by it, but now not only am I not intimidated, I actually really enjoy using it now. It's become a part of me and my creative practice, and that is a really cool feeling. It's really cool to be able to add new tools to my toolbox and new forms of creativity for myself, and I was able to learn that just by going for it. And I guess the thing that I really want to say right now is, if there's something in your creative practice that you feel a little bit intimidated by, just go for it. Just do it. You never know how you'll respond to it until you know, and it may just become one of your favorite things to do. And that takes me back to what I was saying a little bit earlier about just like pushing through. So as with most things in life, well, not most things in life, just life in general. Life in general tends to get in the way sometimes, and you feel tired, and you feel angry, or you feel sad, or you feel hurt, upset, just something that throws you a little bit off of your A game or your commitment to yourself. There are many things in life that can tempt you away from your commitments to yourself. And for me, it was just being tired. I was tired this week. I had a much busier week than I anticipated. I drove around a lot. I'm sure I clocked like 200 miles this week. I was exhausted, but I'm so proud of myself because for, again, another 5 nights out of the 7 nights in the week, I was able to just sit down and do a drawing. And as you can see, not now, but later, I tried to draw a cherry and it ended up being really ugly, which is fine because I was so exhausted that day, those 2 days actually, that I knew that for me, it was okay that I wasn't going to have my Picasso moment with those cherries. What was more important in that moment, in those moments, was keeping with the commitment that I had made to myself. And it was really hard. I had to literally encourage myself and say, you have this, you can do this. All you have to do is just set up the ring light. Okay, great. Now all you have to do is open up your sketchbook. Great, you did it. And pushing myself forward with those little steps is what has kept me consistent with many things in my life. But this week, it really came through with drawing in particular. You know what? I think the avocado is my favorite. I think I really love it. I'm looking at it and it just brings me so much joy to look at. And by the way, that night that I drew the avocado, I was in a hotel and I was exhausted. I didn't want to, but I did it. And I'm really glad that I did. But anyway, I'm rambling now. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes it's not even so much about what you make or produce. It's simply that you promised yourself that you would do it, and so you need to do it. Because you promised yourself, you did. This is for you. Anyway, I will again shut up now and let you enjoy the rest of this video. I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.